Western journalists are restricted from traveling into Gaza without an Israeli military escort. CBS's Charlie D'Agata and his team crossed over into the territory on an Israeli embed.
For the Israelis who worked here, the Erez crossing was a lifeline to Palestinians in Gaza. But for the Hamas terrorists who murdered those Israelis as they smashed their way through the border, it was a symbol of occupation. Colonel Moshe Tetro walked us through the ruins of his offices. 3 of his soldiers were killed here, 3 others kidnapped.
3 of them were taken captive alive. And
from here?
From here. And yesterday, while operating a hostage rescue operation, 2 bodies were recovered.
The 3rd soldier remains missing. We were told it was time to move forward.
So we're passing by on foot through the Erez crossing. That is the Israeli side. We're about to enter Gaza itself through here.
The Israeli tanks and troop carriers grinding through the dust. The distant explosions served as a reminder we were crossing into an active war zone. Not much more than 500 yards from that border, Israeli forces uncovered this.
Careful here.
Troops told us it's the largest and longest tunnel they've discovered so far.
So the entire tunnel is made of reinforced concrete and steel. You can see the width of it. You could drive a small car down here, and the depth. Israeli forces say these tunnels were used not only to launch attacks toward Israel in that direction, but by Hamas militants in retreat, taking hostages with them.
It runs for more than 2.5 miles and is crisscrossed with smaller tunnels. The challenge, hunting down Hamas while safeguarding the hostages, says IDF spokesman Daniel Hagari.
Does that mean fighting Hamas fighters inside these tunnels?
It means hunting them down and finding them wherever they are, inside the tunnels and above the ground.
Does that carry risk for the hostages that are being held?
I think we are managing the risk. We have, first of all, remember that rescuing our hostages, we want to bring our hostages alive back home. It's very complex. We want them alive back home.
He says once they're satisfied tunnels like this have been searched for hostages, they'll blow them up. Snipers kept watch over the horizon during our visit. It's not clear what happens after Israel's aim of eliminating Hamas is achieved, but it's hard to imagine peaceful Palestinians ever using this route to cross over into Israel again. Charlie D'Agata, CBS News, inside Gaza.